This video is for you if you carry some trauma around receiving money because you feel like you will be subordinated to someone or responsible for someone to make them happy, and if you fear that you will lose your freedom in this process. So let's get to tapping. Even though I am afraid of receiving money, because there's usually a price to pay, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I am afraid of receiving money, manifesting it, receiving opportunities to get paid, because for me, there was usually a price to pay, a price that I am no longer willing to pay. A price where I became subordinated to someone, where it was my responsibility to make them happy because they gave me money. I honor all these feelings regarding this that I am carrying with me. I choose to honor all these scared parts of me that are afraid of history repeating itself. And I choose to honor all these parts of me that is subordinated to someone in order to survive. They did what they knew to survive. I did what I knew to survive. I am here, maybe thanks to those parts, thanks to me, and I am willing to evolve into new ways of ensuring my survival, in ways that include my freedom as well. Even though I'm still afraid receiving money would mean losing my freedom of speech, expression, my freedom to do what I want, what I see is best for me, and it would mean submitting myself to someone else's whims. I just deeply and completely love, honor, and respect myself. I choose to respect myself and my journey. I choose to honor these fears, these patterns. They are here within me for a reason. Things happened that made me believe that receiving money means losing my freedom. I had quite a lot of experiences like that. And there were maybe also experiences where I received money and I didn't lose anything, where I gained something and the person giving it to me gained something as well. And we all kept our freedom as well. But I also had many experiences where I was told that I am lucky, that I should be grateful for what I got. Say thanks again. Did you say thanks? Where I was told I should be kind to those people because they gave me money. And even though I love being kind and grateful, I just hate how it was imposed on me. That I should be those things. And if I wanted to express something else, something that might seem bold, daring, cheeky, something too honest, that was somehow inappropriate. And I was bad because of it. Something was wrong about me. And so I learned that I can either have money or my freedom of self-expression. And it is very rare that I can have both. I honor my story. I honor that this is how it has been for me for such a long time. I honor sensations in my body that alerted me of potential loss of freedom when I wanted money. I honor how traumatic this has been for me. I honor how hard this has been for me. I honor how confusing this has been for me. And I honor all that I lost because of this. all the peace of mind, joy, freedom, and self expression I could enjoy if I didn't internalize this pattern. And I honor this pattern. It made sure that I survived it through with people who expected this type of behavior from me. So I'm grateful to it for keeping me safe, and at the same time, I honor how sad I feel about this, how disappointed I feel, how inauthentic, like I betrayed myself, my truth, my freedom, my self expression. Just to honor how confusing that all was, how confusing it was for my body mind. And I just to make space for all these feelings, to see them, to honor them. I thank you all for being with me, for doing your best to keep me safe. You did all what you could, and I'm here. I survived, and I am now at a place where I desire new experiences of life, where I can see it is possible to have both money and freedom, both money and freedom of self-expression, where I can have money and truth, where I can have money and love, money and joy, money and inner peace, money and my authentic self, money and integrity. And I would like to ask all parts of me to collaborate, to co-create this reality for me, for all of us, for all the souls that are part of this body, so that we experience more inner peace, joy, freedom, self-expression, and abundance in a fun, safe, loving, healthy way, so that we become a shining example that it is possible to have abundance of money and inner peace, so that I can speak with people about money and my nervous system remains calm and helps others co-regulate themselves to calmer, more loving, more accepting, more flowing, more in tune with life and truth space as well. There is always enough when I connect to the source, and I can receive from other people and still remain connected to the source. Source can accompany me in my business, in my relationships with people, in my pricing, in asking for money, in doing what needs to be done. And if there are still parts of me that are afraid, I can ask them what they need to feel safe, what I can do to make them feel safe. And I can give this to these parts of myself. Either if this is hugging myself, calming my nervous system, reminding myself that was then, this is now, reminding myself of all of those experiences where people appreciated me for being honest, truthful, authentic, self-expressed human being, reminding myself that there are more people like this, and many of them are willing to pay good money for someone to be honest with them. And I can remind myself I have many resources, knowledge, wisdom, and lots of self-love now. And I am a grown up and I can take care of myself and love and honor myself and love and honor my authentic, truth-telling, self-expressed self. I allow myself to shine and to be visible for people who appreciate me for my true self. Me being free attracts money to me, and money supports me in my freedom of self-expression. Me being free attracts money to me, and money supports me in my freedom of self-expression. Me being free attracts money to me, and money supports me in my freedom of self-expression. Check how you feel, and if it's necessary, repeat the tapping. Thank you for tapping with me. Bye.